So I feel like doing almost just like all hip hop and rap today. I just don't feel very rock and roll. Maybe it's the red and brown, you know. Never catch me crip walking. Because that shit looks hard to do. But speaking of crip walking, a lot of people don't know this, but Serena Williams is a total fucking piece of shit, garbage ass human being. And she betrayed the honor of her sister, who was gunned down in Compton, California, by the Crips in a drive-by shooting. Not the other tennis player. They have another sister. And, she goes out on the Super Bowl show and fucking crip walks. Like, I love Kendrick that much too. But I couldn't do that. Like, it's one thing to be a motherfucking yard jumper, you know? It's another thing to fucking, like, disrespect the honor of your dead sister who was gunned down by the enemy, man. Like, we all have a fucking enemy. If you don't, you've never chosen a side, and you don't stand for fucking jack shit. If there's nothing you're willing to die for, you should just go now, because you ain't living for shit. Fuck out of here. Well, that's how I feel about crip walking. And crips in general. There's some good ones. It's too bad gangs are such a necessity for these youth. You know, they wouldn't need gangs if the men stepped up and were fathers. All them boys shooting each other, they just want a dad. That's all it is. You know, it's sad as fuck. So I don't really blame them. I understand where they're coming from. I just had, that wasn't the release I had for my emptiness. Luckily, I am a musician with a gift from God to hear music the way no one else does. And to be able to stop certain parts and mute them and listen to the rest of the song with just the one instrument muted, like the tambourine or the cowbell. Or I can listen to that song and I can enhance the cowbell part or just the hi-hat part. And I can all of a sudden make the hi-hat part go up in the mix in my head, in my headphones, and it sounds different to me, and I can hear it differently than you are hearing it. That's a gift from God. I may not be the best fucking drummer, but I don't have to be. Because after you fire me, you're going to have a hard fucking time replacing me. And it won't ever be as good. And everybody knows that, who's ever played with me. If I had EMINEM by Marshall Mathers, what is life? It's like a big house, from the wild people slow you down. And then you got half, come back around and say, whatever. What a friend. These people that you think you friend. It's the only that I did. That I did so well. So if you focus on the grow up, they want to come back. They want to know you ain't what is money? Money is what makes a man take a drink, I'll do rock bottom next. That's what's popped up next. These songs aren't too long. I can do doubles on here. The cool thing about Eminem is his career has spanned such a long and arduous he really has had 3 different careers. He's had a Slim Shady, he's had the Eminem, and what's the Marshall Mathers? Yeah. I mean, he's done enough and put in enough work with all 3 of those alter egos that each one individually is a whole fucking career. And, that's why he's the GOAT. I may get tired of listening to him after a while, because sometimes I just like less of the verbal gymnastics and more of the vibe type of music, like Snoop and Old Dre and stuff. I just kind of like that more. I think that's what people are talking about when they say he's not of the culture. And they're right. He's not a black guy. He didn't grow up black. You can grow up in Detroit and go through all the exact same shit that the black kids are going through, but you're still not a fucking black. You're a white. And it's different for us, even if we're playing the same game. So, he had to come about with his material had to be different. He couldn't fall back on the same common recipes used by black men. He had to come up with other things to talk about. And that's why his rap is so fresh and unique, and he tells such a great story all the time. Yeah, he's definitely worth doing 2 in a row, for sure. Eminem. The GOAT. The greatest of all time. That's what GOAT stands for, Mom. It's an acronym. Greatest of all time. GOAT. There's 3 in a row, baby! 3 EMINEM songs for that ass. Or should I do brain damage? I need some more. I need a cigarette, dude. I'm so out of shape. Fuck. I'll never get into shape though, because I smoke. I'll just die. This is the best I'll ever be.